Hello everyone, this video will show you how to graph your data digitally. You should have a file in your Google Drive that is labeled with your name, 0106 Digital Graph. You'll be able to enter all of your data right in here. The first thing you're going to want to do is change the variable names to match your graph. So my independent variable was the drop height, and I used meters to measure it. And my dependent variable was the bounce height. Now, since we did multiple trials, we will actually type in our first data point a few times. So I tested a height of 0.3 meters the first time. The first time I did that, I got a height of 0.26 meters. The next time I bounced it from that same height, I got a second trial of 0.2 and a third trial of 0.32. Since these were all from the same drop height, I'm going to copy and click the corner here and just drag this data down because every single time I was dropping it from the same drop height. You're going to continue doing this for all of your data until your data table is full. So all of my data points I'm going to copy into here. You'll be typing them in. Once you have that information, you're ready to start making your graph. You're going to want to highlight all of your data. You will then go to Insert, Chart. This will give you a number of options. You're going to go to the Chart Types tab, and the type of chart that you want is a scatter plot. This will show you an image of what it's going to do, but before you insert it, there's a lot of customization features you're going to want to do. You're going to want to make a title. It's always titled from your dependent variable versus your independent. So for me, it is bounce versus drop. On the sides of the graph, I'm going to want to label my axes. So this right now is set to horizontal. So on this side, I need to label the variable and its units. I'm going to want to do the same thing for my other side. So I'm going to click the drop-down menu and pick left vertical, and this was the bounce height, also in meters. If you keep scrolling down, it's going to give you a few more options. One of the things that graphs are always supposed to have is a best fit line. So if you go all the way down to the bottom, there's an option here for trend line. Right now it says none. Here, we'll talk about these different models later, but generally we're going to pick linear. That will add a line. And even better is that you can choose what kind of label to have for your line. If you click custom, you can click use equation, and that will tell you, without doing any math, what the equation of your line is, and it'll put it right on your graph. Once you have all that information, the bounce, height versus drop, labels on each side, and the equation, you're ready to insert your graph. There's space for you to pull that off to the side over here, so that way it doesn't overlap with your data. The next thing you'll be doing is you'll be using your graph and your equation to answer these questions that are here. Once you have this information, you will be ready to finish your work. For today, you can just finish in this Google document. In the future, I might ask you to submit a link to it as well on our learning management system, but we will learn how to do that later next week.